Hey guys, Morgan's Maintenance. Today's tool review is going to be a tool from Craftsman. Now, I haven't had very many Craftsman tools on the channel, and that's primarily because, obviously they're probably not what they used to be back whenever I was younger, and you could go buy them at Sears. You had the lifetime warranty. They were all made in the USA, all that kind of stuff. But this particular set here is part of that Craftsman V series, which as far as I know is supposed to be kind of their top of the line stuff. And this is the 10-inch pliers wrench. Part number on this is CMH T82250. If I look over here at the packaging to give you that information, again, it is a 10-inch full lifetime warranty V series pliers wrench. It does say it has a jaw capacity of 2.3 inches. And as far as where it is made, let me see if I can zoom in here for you, get it to where you can see that. Made in France. So not made in the USA, but made in France. But overall, I ended up picking these up because I got them on clearance at Lowe's. Because if you've been watching my channel for very long, I actually got a short where the very first time I walked into Lowe's and I saw these and they were regular price, which regular price right now says $50. I want to say it was even more than that then, but I could be wrong. And I said to myself, and I even said in that short, why would I spend 50, 60 bucks on a pair of Craftsman pliers wrench whenever I can spend pretty much that same amount of money and get a pair of Knipex? And I said that not to say that these might not even be better than the Knipex. I'm not real sure, but I'm saying I have bought several Knipex pliers over the last couple of years, and without fail, every single one of them, no matter if it's a pliers wrench, a cobra, a wire stripper, diagonals, a cable cutter, or whatever it is, they have all performed flawlessly and do 100% what they're supposed to do. So in order for a brand to get me to kind of switch away from it, I have to get some sort of a crazy deal on it for me to give it a try over. If I'm going to spend the same money, I'm going to buy the ones that I know for sure are going to work for me. Well, that's what happened today. As I was in Lowe's today walking around, they have quite a bit of this Craftsman V series on clearance, and these in particular were on sale for $25, so basically half price. That's what ultimately made me decide to pick these up. So as I go over them today, I'm going to show you basically the two features that kind of even set it a little bit apart from the Knipex. Now, whether or not you're going to be able to pick these up, I will put a link and everything in the description. Mine says out of stock, even though my store had 3 of them. So basically, you're probably going to end up having to go into store, but you might can check your store number. Maybe they'll sell them to you online, because they are showing that they are on sale online for like $27 or something like that. So you might want to check that out. But let me go ahead and get into the similarities and the differences of these two, and then you can decide for yourself if maybe you want to go pick up a pair of these. Let's start out with how they're similar. Again, I'm going to be looking at the Knipex 8601250. That's their 10-inch pliers wrench. They range somewhere in the $60 range because they got different finishes, different grips, all that kind of stuff. Just depends on which pair you're looking for. Similarity-wise, again, they are both the 10-inch version, so you can see very much the same there. We look at the thickness. Pretty similar. It might be a little thicker here on the Craftsman, but if we look at the head where you're actually doing the work, they are right on, pretty much very similar, pretty much about exactly the same. And then of course they're going to function pretty much the same. The way the pliers wrench functions is you basically pick your size once you get that locked in. So it's kind of like an adjustable wrench type head right there. But now instead of you just having to go in and get that exact size and go in and get the exact size on it again, working your thumb on that knob, you can now move that handle to kind of loosen it up and then go back. So if I wanted to grab a hold of this, I can turn it, loosen that handle, go back, grab it again, turn it, loosen the handle, and then you always have the ability to kind of tighten down. I think that's why this is kind of taking the place for a lot of people for adjustable wrenches. There's still a place for an adjustable wrench, but I think it's a lot easier to kind of use this type of plier in most situations. So again, the Knipex works. You press the button, you adjust it, you do all those. Craftsman's very similar. But now let's talk about the differences. If I open up the Knipex all the way for that jaw, as far as the capacity, and I open up the capacity for the pliers wrench or the Craftsman over here all the way, and I put them side by side, I am going to get a little bit more capacity, out of the Craftsman if I want to. So it does open up a little bit wider. Another difference is going to be the push button on the Craftsman. You can see it's kind of flush with it for the most part. You have this bigger button that you press in and out. It still slides really nice. It's got kind of the same channel as the Knipex does. But the push button on the Knipex, it does kind of protrude just very slightly, but it's nothing, major. I'm not saying it's a huge difference, but it is just one of the differences that you want to take note of. The other thing is all the Knipex, as far as their grooves and their locking spots and all that, are kind of right here. The Craftsman is basically on the back side, milled into it right there, as you can see. And that's where I think one difference comes in with this. I'm not sure if that's the reason why this Craftsman works this way, but this is probably the one significant difference between the two that might would say, hey, that Craftsman's pretty nice, and I think that's something that you might would want to look into, because with the Knipex, to adjust the size, I have to open it, and then I have to go and I have to kind of find the size that I want, lock it into place. Okay, that's going to work good for me. That's where I'm going to use it at. You can obviously, this is how I do it anyways, is get it open, press the button in, get over here to this size, lock that in place, find that closest thing. That's how I find the size on that. Well, the Craftsman already kind of does that without having to push the button in or do anything like that, because you can see here, if I just press up, if it's in this position, I can just push up and it will kind of scoot all along those without me having to press that button in. So basically, if I want to find this size, I can just go up to it, don't have to push the button in. I can then push this up, get to that size that I want to be at. Now I can turn that, and again, let loose, move over, turn it, let loose, move over, turn it forward and reverse. I don't have this locked down so it's moving on me because I got that pretty tight. But that's the biggest difference in the features that I'm seeing between the Knipex and this Craftsman. And again, I achieve the same thing with my Knipex by basically, I'll come up to something, press the button in, pull that down, and then there I am. It's just a matter of I do have to press that button in. The Craftsman basically has it made out so that you don't have to do anything like that. You can put it in some tight spot and pull it tight, and then now you're ready to go to work on that however you want to. So that's the key differences to me between the Craftsman and the Knipex. And then other than that, it's just that price tag right now because it's on clearance. But yeah, guys, that is the Craftsman V-Series 10-inch pliers wrench. Again, part number is CMHT82250. I think at $25, if you're getting a brand name type pliers wrench in the 10-inch size, that's a win no matter how you want to look at it. So, but I also feel like it is a lot better than kind of I expected it to be. I'm really keen on the Knipex. It's just going to be hard to pull me away from that. But I still think this one functions probably in just the same way. You'll be able to get the same kind of stuff done, and it does have a couple nice features on it that the Knipex doesn't have. So let me know in the comments below if you actually bought one of these prior to it being on sale, if you've had it for some time. Let us know in the comments below what you think about it. Let me know if you would make the switch. Drop those down in the comments below as well. But as always, I hope this video was helpful. You guys stay safe. Have a blessed day. I'll see you on the next video.